Hi everybody, today let's take a look at Fairy Tale. That's by Stephen King, his latest book. I listened to it. This is an audiobook. It is read by Seth Numerick. You may know him from the Netflix TV show Washington Spies. I never watched that. And he also has done a lot of Broadway productions. Okay, story in brief. I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but it's a guy is a 17-year-old guy named Charlie Reed, and by chance he encounters and befriends an older guy, but he falls in love with the older guy's dog named Radar, and the dog is old, and his friend passes away, and it gives Charlie some instructions on how it would be possible for him to make the dog younger again, save its life. And the way to do that is to go to go through this portal in the tool shed, and then he goes into a fantasy world, and then that's where it gets weird. It's not really horror; it's more fantasy, as in fairy tale. The beginning isn't really supernatural, and the other realm is not really supernatural. It's more fantasy. Stephen King seems to be. It's kind of like Shrek, okay, or the TV series Once Upon a Time. With that kind of fantasy, Grimm's fairy tale type of plotline, and also it throws in a little bit of the TV series Sparticus. In fact, one of the gladiators could be played by the gladiator, the Syrian gladiator, who was bad. He was evil in Spartacus, but he could be one of the good gladiators in fairy tale. Also, there's an element of Cher's "If You Could Turn Back Time." They that song is he wants to turn back time on the dog, and it's the story it's okay. It's not one of Stephen King's best, and one of the knocks that I have on it is that Holly Gibney is not in it. Holly Gibney is my favorite all-time Stephen King character, and she's been in the last couple Stephen King stories, and also there's also an element of Cthulhu and H.P. Lovecraft. Stephen King mentions Lovecraft in a couple of times. He mentions the fungi from Yoggoth, and a couple other Cthulhu type stories, and whether or not it's a Cthulhu novel like Revival was, that's open to interpretation. And for the story, I give it a B+. It's I'd rather have it than not have it. But as an audiobook, I'll give it an A, and that's because the reading is by Seth Numerick is top notch. And as a bonus, you wouldn't get this if you just read the book, but because it's an audiobook, Stephen King has he reads part of it. There's a tape recording by Charlie's elder friend, and Stephen King reads that as the tape recording, and that was really good. Now, the older guy could be played by maybe Clint Eastwood or even Scott Glenn. I mean, that was the kind of vibe I got on it. Now the audiobook, it's 20 discs. Traffic's been kind of heavy lately, so it took me about 10 days, 2 weeks. I listened to maybe two and a half discs a day, and you can get it. It lists at $80 at if you went to Barnes and Nobles or another bookstore, a regular bookstore. The list price is $80, but I paid $62 on Amazon, so that was quite a savings. And it just took me a while to get through it. I recommend the audiobook just because of the reading and the Stephen King cameo and the cover. There's that's the cover is the portal to the from our world to the other world. And yeah, have you read this? If so, comments below. If you like the video, give me a hearty thumbs up. And forgive my voice. I had laryngitis for the last couple of days, and it's getting better. I don't sound so much like Lauren Bacall or Brenda Vaccaro anymore. So yeah. What do you think? Comments, like, subscribe, etc. We got a couple new subscribers recently. Woohoo! Thanks. Okay, so yeah. So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Bye now.